Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again. To bring you another video. This video is going to be talking about the recent pictures. We've got the first official pictures of the Walking Dead Action Figures Series 4 television series. Going to be going over the pictures, giving my thoughts on them, and they look awesome. Alright, so a few people wanted to hear me give my thoughts on the new figure pictures, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. Like I said, video suggestions, you guys submit them, and I will take them into consideration. If enough people want to see something, I will do it. Now, I have kind of talked about some of these figures before, but not absolutely all of them, so I decided I would do this video anyway. Now, this right here is a 2-pack that I am super excited for, maybe the most excited for of all the figures that are being released. They are re-releasing the Daryl Dixon from the Series 1 of the action figure line with it looks like a new head. They've also said that they're using some kind of 3D face scan technology where they take the actor's face. I'm not sure if it's a picture or if the actor comes there in person. That I don't know. But they scan it, and then they use, like a computer program, I would say, to create the mold from that. So the sculpt is going to be based on, the read of the scan of their faces. So that explains the improvement in terms of quality that we're seeing here, because the figures from Series 1, like the Daryl head from Series 1 and this new Daryl head, I mean, there's a huge difference in terms of quality. The new one looks way better. As well as the Merle, I think the head on that is really nice, and the other figures that are in this wave as well. Whereas some of the other earlier ones, like the Shane from, what was it, Series 3 or Series 2? I think it was Series, whatever, you guys can look that up if you want to see. The Shane that they released earlier from the TV series, that head sculpt was dreadful, and I mean dreadful. So I do think they've improved quite a bit, so that's always nice to see. Now this 2-pack right here, man, this one looks stellar. This one's already sold out on a lot of figure sites. Definitely, if you guys see this one, you definitely want to pick it up. This is one you might even want to keep in package because this is going to increase in value a lot. The Daryl right now from Series 1 is selling for over $100 on eBay. Originally came out for $15. If you have it in package, it's almost $200. So anybody who's got that sealed, you're probably going to want to sell that now on eBay or wherever. Before this 2-pack is released, because once this 2-pack is released, that figure from Series 1 is not going to be worth anything anymore. Or, like $15, $20, maybe less, because no one will want it because the new head's improved. Also, the Merle, as you can see, has his second important, I'd say second important clothing set on. You can see he's got the darker overshirt that he had in This Sorrowful Life, his final hurrah for the Walking Dead series. So definitely this figure, even though I don't like variants too much, for me this is a must-have, because it's kind of like with Merle, you've got two different Merles. The earlier Merle is the Governor's Merle. That was what he wore when he worked for the Governor, when he was with the Governor's group. And this one is the Merle that we saw at the end of the series that was with Rick's group. So it's sort of like you have two different versions of Merle, two variants, but they're both, to me, they both justify a variant. So definitely excited to get this one as well. Even though I do already have the other one, I'll still be picking this one up, the 2-pack, to get both the Daryl and the other one. And hopefully I'll get time to sell my Daryl before this one's released and the old one becomes worthless. And I'm not a scalper or anything, so don't say, oh, you're a scalper. No, it's just that, like some figures, you'll get a re-release, and they might be worth quite a bit at one time, and then after that, they might not be. So, if people are open to selling and somebody else wants it, then I don't see anything wrong with that. It's not like, I put it up for auction. I don't put it as a price and stick at the price and try to get somebody to buy it. I just put it up, and whatever it's worth, people will buy. So if it's being re-released, why not? So anyway, those are my thoughts on that 2-pack. Really excited for that. Can't wait to see it, and I think that's probably going to be the hottest item of all these figures that are being released. By the way, the release date for all of this is supposed to be somewhere around September 2013, if they don't get pushed back. Now, that's an if, because the figures for The Walking Dead often get pushed back. So I think it's safe to say October to November-ish we'll see these figures. Because they probably will get pushed back, as all the other series have. There is another wave coming in June from the comic book series, but this one's strictly television series. Okay, so on to this one. So this picture is of the Walking Dead TV series Governor. Now this is a figure I am really, really excited for. So excited I might pass on the governor from the comic book series. Can I say that? I don't know. It's gonna be tough, especially if I see it in stores. Now, if I have to order it online, I probably won't order the comic book series governor. But if I see it in the stores, I'll probably pick it up. I'm sure a lot of you guys are the same type of way. For me personally, you know, I guess I kind of like to have the characters from both the comic book series and the television series, but it depends. I mean, most of them are interchangeable. Like I have the Michonne from the comic book series, and as a result, I'm not really interested in the Michonne from the TV series because they're so similar. The governor from the comic book series and the TV series looks totally different. Comes with different accessories. The one in the comic book series has a butcher knife, of course, so you can reenact some, popular scenes from the comic book series. So I might pick up both, but definitely if I have to choose one, it'd be this one right here because I think David Morrissey's performance in the TV series is really the true governor in my opinion. So this figure, really excited for. I think the head sculpt looks great. I think the body looks great. The vest and everything. I kind of like to see one done, maybe a variant in his season finale getup with the trench coat and that huge assault rifle type gun that he had. I think that would be cool too. But this one, you can't go wrong with this one. Also with the eye patch, because I think he's such an important character that you could do a variant with him in a trench coat and the eye patch, and that would be just fine. I think people would buy it even if they have this one. I know I would. So maybe something they might release later on. Although with the amount of figures they're releasing and all the walkers they're putting out too, it's probably unlikely, but maybe in a 2-pack or something, I could definitely see that. A variant Rick with him. That'd be cool. Or, just something like that. Maybe a zombie Merle or something officially released. A lot of people are customizing those for eBay. Not to that, but definitely this one looks really cool. So those are my thoughts on the governor. And next, this is a must-have. This one is a must-have for me anyway. The Andrea. Wow, man. I almost get sad just looking at the figure. I think this is just a 3D scan right now, so it's not like the final product or anything, but from the scan, it looks great. If it turns out like this in plastic form, I think it'll be fantastic. It's a must-have anyway. We don't have a comic book series Andrea. She's such an important character for The Walking Dead. Her time in season 3 was great to see her at the forefront. If you want to hear what I think about all of that, watch the videos. In particular, but the figure itself looks really good, and it's a must-have. For me anyway, this is definitely a pickup. So from this series, the 2-pack with Daryl and Merle, the Governor, and Andrea, for me, so far, these are all hits. One after another after another. I'm going to be probably buying this whole set. And finally, you knew it, they're not going to release a whole wave of survivors without at least putting out 1 or 2 walkers. You knew it. It's how it is with the series. I can't blame them for it, because if they release all the survivors now and then try to release walkers later, people probably won't buy them. But I do like these designs. These are cool walkers right here. Definitely cooler than some of the other ones we've had from before, like the autopsy zombie. I pass on that one. This one I probably won't pass on because I think it's really cool looking. And you could also army build these. So you could buy like 10 of these and line them all up. That would be a cool display to have like 10 of these walkers just lined up with their masks down, charging at Rick and the rest of the group. That would definitely make for a cool figure display. And I do like the getup on them. Plus, you could also kind of customize them. Like if you wanted to put like a Glenn head on or something like that, I could see them, or just putting any character's, head on it. Could look like a survivor as well, so that would make sense. But definitely cool looking figure. I like this one quite a bit, and in terms of a walker, if I'm going to buy a walker, this is pretty damn near one of the ones I would get. Compared to a lot of the others they have released, over time. So definitely a cool walker, that's for sure. And cool for army building. And a second one, too, they're releasing, which is almost like a variant, but I think the head's different. The body might be the same, or maybe some subtle differences in the body. So far, I haven't seen any. This one, too, is really cool as well. So if you were army building the others, you could get a few of these to go with them, and that would make for an amazing display, a really, really cool display. Plus, the price point on them is not too bad. You're looking at probably like $15 for each one. So you could army build them for a fairly good price, even though figures have become really expensive these days. For those of you guys who don't know what army building is, it just means like buy a lot of them for a display, and they can look like different zombies, you know. Versus some of the other ones that have been released, you can't really army build them because they all look like the same zombie. So this definitely makes more sense for that. And I do like the design of the head, the mask and everything. Definitely would be more difficult to kill than your average walker with all the armor on stuff. However, maybe not as dangerous because it's not like it could really bite you. Couldn't scratch you either. So, something to think about. Anyway, cool figure. Okay, and to finish it off is another must-have is the Carl. We've seen this one on display at, what was it, Toy Fair, I think, earlier on this year. I did a video on that one too. So if you want to hear my thoughts on this figure, you can go check that out. I won't get into too much detail. He's going to have a lot of accessories, which are shown in the other video. You can check those out. Really cool. And, you know, again, it's just a great character to have, a must-have. We haven't gotten one before. He fits for the TV series or the comic book series, I think, for the most part. So you wouldn't really need two versions for the most part. And great figure. So anyways, this is pretty much a straight-up, all-the-way run-through for me, kind of must-have for almost every single one, except for maybe the walkers, which still are cool as well, even though they're not absolutely, you know, must-haves, I guess. But it's definitely one of those series or waves where I could go through and pick them all up, and I could see why the people would want to as well. The Walking Dead series of action figures has turned out to be really good, man. I was really worried when they first came out and they were all like super small and stuff. But I guess they want to keep the price point down. They don't want to have to charge $20 to $30 per figure. And I can understand, because if they did that, then people might not buy any of them. So definitely this way, I can see a lot of collectors getting into them. And definitely a really cool line. I can't wait to see when you get all those waves and series together, what some collections of them would look like with a bunch of walkers and stuff. Just be awesome. Anyway, so Series 4 for me is like perfect, pretty much. I wish a lot of the other series were like this, where we got so many survivors and only a couple walkers. But what are you going to do? Hopefully in the future, this is what they'll do. Anyway, those are my thoughts on all the pictures. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think about the new figures, new pictures, and I'll call it here. That's it for this video, guys. I'll see you for the next one. This is Trev, and I'm saying peace.